Hi friends. Thank you so much for your patience. I had originally recorded a video and the audio was terrible, so I'm just gonna do it on my phone for now. I have a microphone, but I cannot find it. Mercury retrograde, it's over. Mercury has finally stationed direct, so hopefully I can get my things in order so I can keep posting more quality content, but in the meantime, let's get into this reading. The weekend's already happened, the energies we've already experienced, but let's take a moment. It was pretty loud. Let's take a moment to sit with those feelings and see what comes up. I already pulled the cards like on Thursday, I think. I pulled some more today. I gave it another little extra shuffle to see if I could get any more clarity on what we were experiencing and what this means for us. I had a lot of questions about Lionsgate and like what that is, so I'm gonna get into that first and then into the reading. Really quick, Lionsgate 8-8. It is a portal, during Leo season, so we know the energy of the lion. And when I pulled back on Thursday, I did get the strength card. It did come up, and it was a very key element to everything that we're experiencing. It's a day when the earth aligns with the sun, which is in Leo, the sign of Leo, on August 8th and around. So the actual energies for this portal occur pretty much the whole Leo season, end of July to mid-August, but it's at its peak on August 8th. And Earth, the Sun, the star Sirius, and the constellation of Orion's Belt are all in alignment. So this creates a really nice pathway, nice gateway to manifestation and spiritual energy, and really like honing in on that because of these alignments. So that was at its peak on August 8th. We're still experiencing it now. The full moon was in its fullest form on August 9th on Saturday. Depending on where you are, you can look up what time that was. But also, we are experiencing all these energies before the peak and after the peak. We're looking to like the next couple of days. Still feeling that residual energy. Okay, so what does all of this really mean for us? I will finally get into that. Some things to note. The Nine of Swords. Mental prison. It's in our minds, we create these structures, we create these rules, these expectations of ourselves, of the world, and we expect certain things, and we get stuck in those restrictive thought patterns, and it doesn't help us. Overthinking creates these structures in our head, and so Nine of Swords, which is big overthinking energy over here, it is not going to do us any good. Feeling these energies, experiencing these energies in our mental psyche is part of what we have to let go. And I did also pull the Tower, so we are letting go of a lot of this. A lot of these old ways that we had. We are deleting all the old systeming. We are updating the CPU, the central processing, unit, and we are moving on. What we are bringing into from this full moon, we are bringing in these ideas that we have been thinking about, albeit overthinking about it, but we are taking actions. And if we're not taking actions, you'll find that this past weekend was forcing you to show your hand in a lot of different ways. And in one of those ways was the invitation that was given to us within this week or in the next couple of days to learn more, to really start mastering those skills that we have. So it might be an invitation to submit a new art project or to start a project or to work or collaborate with somebody. But this is a really great way to focus that energy and those really intense feelings, to transmute that into some focused energy. How can we do that? That is what I want to share with you guys today. Okay, so how are we going to bring what we want to into this reality? Well, one, we have our spirit guides, we have our angels, we have our ancestors, we have the energies that we work with are presenting themselves with an open palm, saying, here you go, here we are investing a small amount of energy of love into you, because we want to see what you can bring into this world, what you can manifest. So here's how we're gonna do it. The devil is here, right? Okay, so what does that mean? It means that this material world, the one that we're connected to, that we're locked into, our human flesh, our humans, our human meat suit, is how it's going to come through, is being embodied with the work. It feels kind of insidious, but in a way that it's leading you closer to aligned self-expression. Basically, I want you to ask yourself one question after this reading. And that question is, which unique abilities of yours do you really like? Do you really admire about yourself? We all have things that are special to who we are, that nobody else can bring to the table. What do we like about those things? And just name those things. Write down a list, things that you like about yourself. We're not planting seeds on the new moon, but we are illuminating and bringing to light for ourselves and our higher purpose what these unique abilities are, where we can learn more about those, where can we improve those skills, and how can we show the world what our powers are, what our superpowers are. We've got a lot of cards here, but another thing I want us to remember is that as we're going through these energies, we will come into conflicts, and a big part of resolving some of these things that we're going to be dealing with is really being a master of our own emotions, and also communicating very clearly what our intentions are, what our decisions have been made. Are we communicating to people who are in agreement with us? And if not, how can we, in a very level-headed manner, find some type of compromise between these things? Remember, all this work is going to take a lot of strength. We're letting go, we're saying goodbye, we're putting to rest plenty of old ways and old habits, old programs. It's not for the faint of heart, this work, and I'm sure you have felt that. The final card that I had pulled a couple days ago, the Empress, right? So she is an archetype who is very connected to Venus. So if we are still having trouble really grasping these energies, there is something about the Empress that we can call onto or do some work with that really can allow more ease and flow into this work that we're going to be doing. Yeah, so the Empress is a reminder to all of us that we are divinely protected, we are unconditionally loved, and we are meant to bring into this world something very, very unique, something very different. We don't have blueprints or instructions that we can follow from somebody else. They come from within. And this weekend in Lionsgate Portal and the Aquarius full moon wants us to see those things. The moon is illuminating those things about us, and it's going to create conflicts between us and other people because it might feel like some things are getting lost in translation. So hold on to, I really want you to hold on to King of Cups. I really want you to let go of old thought patterns and beliefs. Hold strong, transmute anger, frustration, transmute all of that into focus on your work, on your projects, on yourself, and make that list that I said about things that you like about yourself. You don't have to do anything with that list yet. We're not planting seeds or anything, but we are coming into a place where there's going to be a lot of nourishment and growth. These contractions that are happening are allowing some of our bigger ideas to be birthed, but the nourishment and care that we're going to be taking in the next 6 months to start building that and bringing that into reality, it's gonna take time and patience, and so we want to be in the best mindset that we can, which would mean like meditating, guided meditations, and other things like that to kind of stay in that King of Cups energy for us to continue this work. It's just the beginning of it. So thank you so much for listening and checking out this video. And I hope to do some more stuff like this, a little higher quality for sure, and a little bit more planned out, but I wanted to do this for this weekend because it's a big weekend with energies and messages just kind of coming through me constantly that I knew I had to get back on here and start reading again for you all. So thank you so